All right, we have The Brutalist, One of Them Days, Wolfman, and a bunch of movie trailers that we're going to discuss here on The Real Cinema Show. My name is Rob.
I'm Devin.
And we're your hosts, like always. Yep. Devin, so we have a lot to get into today. Mm-hmm. We did not have an episode last week.
Yes.
There's a lot of fires going on around LA.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, that kind of was my excuse anyway.
Okay.
But you got to see a movie last week. So let's jump right into the weekend recap. So what did you see?
So I saw The Brutalist. This was a movie that I've been wanting to see for a few weeks now. It's got a lot of Oscar talk around it, awards talk in general, really, for Adrien Brody. Yep. He gave a great performance in this. I remember going in this movie. I quickly watched someone's out-of-theater reaction to get just a small idea of it. And he said this movie kind of reminded him of Oppenheimer in a few ways. And I got a lot of that out of that as well. It had one key great performance, really three. Felicity Jones as his wife was also fantastic. She's a force when she enters this movie. Guy Pearce, he is also fantastic. All three of them can be nominated, and honestly, all three of them have the chance to win, in my opinion, if they get a fair shot. The runtime, that's a big thing about this movie. 3 hours and 35 minutes with that 15-minute intermission. I didn't feel it for me personally. It's an engaging story. It's about Adrien Brody. Laszlo is the name of his character. He's coming to the United States shortly after World War II. He was a great architect in Europe. Okay. But now, right now he's just trying to get by with any job he can. And then eventually he gets the opportunity of a lifetime. And you follow that journey kind of trying to build this epic project he's been tasked to do by Guy Pearce's character. You see the struggles he deals with as an immigrant, his accent, just discrimination, as I talked about in my out-of-theater reaction, just a lot of hard times, especially back in those days. Mm-hmm. Great performance, obviously. This movie was also kind of a mini comedy. It had a lot of comedic jabs in it, which I didn't fully expect.
Okay.
But it worked out pretty well.
You don't see that from the trailer at all.
No, you don't. You promise this epic ride, and it really is just an engaging story following, just struggle really of just trying to make it to the next day, and then just personal struggles, all kinds of health struggles. And, Guy Pearce, he plays an asshole in this movie. He's just a terrible human being. At times I'm like, oh, he's kind of doing a good thing here. And then I almost remember, I'm like, oh, no, he's terrible. He's awful. His son, I can't remember who he's played by, but he's even somehow worse than him. He does such awful things in this movie that, I've never been, almost so rage-induced by a character where I've wanted, a nuke to be just dropped on him.
Okay.
From how just awful he was. And, when you think the movie might have, a few good moments in it, then all of a sudden it goes off the rails in all kinds of directions. As the title suggests, it's a tough watch at times with some of the scenes and imagery and what happens at times. Unexpected, and the third act just goes off the rails. It's still a pretty good movie in my opinion. For me, I think it was an 8.8, I think, out of 10. Okay. I rate it pretty highly because I didn't feel the runtime. Like I said, I didn't feel it. I was just going. I was like, okay, this is great. Let me go on. And when the intermission hits, I was like, oh my god, we're getting to the good stuff now. And then just
before the intermission, did it end on a cliffhanger where you were like, oh my god, I can't wait for this intermission to be over?
It ended on a way where I was like, okay, I see. It was all that first half was just all a setup into what this second half is going to be perfectly. Where you're when that hits, you're going, oh, okay, now we're going to start getting to some good parts now. Yeah. We're going to see some characters get introduced. I was like, all right, I'm ready. I could have stayed there. I think the intermission only happens about an hour and a half into the movie. Because I looked and I was like, oh, okay, that's it? Wow, didn't feel like much time has passed at all.
What is the intermission? Is it just black?
So it's funny. The intermission shows a picture of some family members, and then it says, I think intermission starting or something like that. And then they throw up a timer, and then everyone's kind of starting, run to the bathroom or whatever. And then it just, once that ends, it fades off the picture into the next scene. So it was kind of nice. It wasn't just black screen, but it was pretty good. And honestly, definitely, like I said earlier, few Academy performances in it in my opinion.
Yeah. So in the marketing for The Brutalist, it said that it was shot in VistaVision. Mm-hmm. I didn't do my research. I don't know what VistaVision is. Did the movie look any different? Because I'm assuming that VistaVision is some form of I don't know, a generic IMAX.
Well, I did see it in IMAX. So it definitely felt like grand in scale with how with the wide aspect ratio at times.
Yeah.
I don't know if there's a specific.
Did the aspect ratio change in certain? Or...
I want to say it did, or if it, at least at minimum was it just really big for the whole movie. I think it was.
Oh, okay.
Because it was kind of impressive because this movie was shot on a budget of under 10 million.
Yeah.
And in 34 days too, which is pretty crazy when you think about it.
Yeah.
Because this movie follows this one guy, like Oppenheimer, one guy, ego, trying to do it all on his own, you know. A lot of similarities when you watch Oppenheimer and this. You'll be like, oh, okay, I can see where all those comparisons happen.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so you gave it an 8.8 out of 10.
Yes. Definitely worth checking out for anyone.
Perfect.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. On to the next.
Yeah.
So you saw that. I saw One of Them Days, the new Keke Palmer SZA comedy.
Yeah.
Basically, it follows two best friends after losing their rent money in a certain way. They have to basically... It follows them across town as they try to, like, regain the money.
Yeah.
The trailer looked hilarious. And the movie was... It was funny.
Okay.
It was funny. I had a good time with it. It just wasn't... I guess, like, the trailer, it just... I don't know. I expected more comedy.
Did the trailer
I expected it to be a little bit more funny.
Did the trailer just show all the good parts to you, it felt like?
No.
Okay.
Yeah, no, the trailer kept a lot of the good parts out.
Okay.
But yeah, Keke Palmer, she's great. She has a big personality. Did you ever see Nope? The Jordan Peele?
No, that one was like, I saw the preview plenty of times. I didn't actually end up seeing it.
Okay. So I had no idea who she was. And then she is the main character in Nope.
Yeah.
She was great in Nope. She's great in this. SZA, who I don't think has ever acted before.
Okay.
She's in this alongside her. I thought SZA was pretty great for possibly being her first role. Yeah, it was funny, but it just wasn't laugh out loud hilarious, which I was hoping for.
Okay.
But yeah, that's the movie was shot beautifully.
All right.
It was shot in Panavision. So when I saw that in the credits, I was like, it makes sense. So it's,
Okay.
But is it something that I recommend or you should rush out of the theater to see? It's not a must-see.
Okay.
So if you're bored and you just want to see, something that'll just amuse you for an hour and a half, check it out, but it's not a must-see.
Is it more like a streaming movie?
You could catch it on streaming.
Okay.
Yeah. It's not a bad movie.
Yeah.
I would say it's probably a 6.5 out of 10.
Okay, so it takes place all around LA, right?
Yeah. The whole movie takes place all around LA. Yeah.
All right.
I don't know. Yeah, that's really it.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't really have too many opinions on it.
All right.
All right. So the movie that we both saw.
Yes.
Wolfman. Let me preface this. So we talked about this movie in some of our earliest episodes.
Oh, okay. I forgot.
About the movie poster.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Now I remember.
And then we talked about the trailer. And do you remember what I said?
You hated the poster. And then I also remember you saying last episode, I think, that this was one of your most anticipated movies of the year, right?
One of them, yeah. And it's because of the director, Leigh Whannell.
Okay, yeah.
Right? He directed Upgrade, which is so good. If you have not seen Upgrade, definitely go see it.
Yeah.
It's something that you definitely want to just go out of your way and, hey, I'm going to sit down and watch this, tonight or whatever. It's something you want to watch. And then he directed The Invisible Man.
Fantastic.
Very good.
That was awesome.
Right? So I didn't like the marketing like we talked about.
Yeah.
I just thought it was vanilla. Right? Just, it wasn't giving me anything. Like, it didn't make me excited to see this movie. But I trusted Leigh Whannell.
Yeah.
The movie's kind of vanilla.
Yeah.
It's not bad. It's just vanilla.
There's a couple good fight scenes in there and action scenes where I'm like, okay, we're showing promise.
Yeah.
And the movie takes a slight turn from what I expected based off the trailers. So I'm like, oh, this is a little different from what I thought was going to happen. But I was like, not in a bad way.
Yeah.
And then also, well, it wasn't a whole.
You know what I did like though? That, there's an allegory in this movie, right? About parental traumas or childhood traumas.
Yeah.
Or, not wanting to pass down, your trauma to your kid,
Yes.
And I liked that aspect of the movie. But like I said, I just wanted more,
Yeah, it felt very generic. I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah, I felt slightly unsatisfied when it ended.
I thought even the trailer was a little deceiving from the actual movie. I think there were some different takes they used where I was like, oh, this is not what was in the marketing. Or, yeah, when I was watching the movie, I was like, oh, that's kind of different from what was shown. Or that scene from the trailer wasn't in the movie.
Yeah.
So I felt almost slightly misled where I was like, oh, okay, this is slightly different. Not a totally bad thing.
Yeah. If
you can still execute, but I was like, okay, I guess I see how this is going. And there just wasn't a lot of depth to this movie. The three main leads of the whole family, the three of them, I thought they all were great in it.
Yeah, I thought their performances were great.
But it really just doesn't have much at all to it. Just
plain storytelling.
Yeah, it felt like you almost... Yeah. This could have been almost a small budget movie that if someone could have made. Like a low budget
because it's only like a couple locations.
Yeah.
What I did like and what I thought that Leigh Whannell did bring to the movie was the change in POVs.
That was a good part of it.
That is a Leigh Whannell directed moment. Like that was I could tell that's his idea. That's what he's bringing to this story.
Yes.
And I'm surprised that he was one of the writers on the script.
Okay.
Because after I saw the movie, I was like, you know what? Maybe he just directed it. Maybe he just did it as a paycheck.
Yeah.
But when I checked, I'm like, oh yeah, no, he's a credited writer on this movie. So
yeah, I
don't know. I just think that
underwhelming. But like you said, the changing POVs were probably one of the best parts of the movie. I think, besides the performances, really.
Yeah. What do you give The Wolfman?
6.5 out of 10. I'd say pass on it. I don't even think this is good enough for anyone to really stream. If you wanted to. I think there are better horror movies than this. This is as straightforward as it gets. Like, maybe if you're really bored, you could stream it, but it's not even that worthwhile in my opinion.
Okay. I feel like I give it a 6.5 as well.
Okay.
But I say if you catch it on streaming when it comes out,
like if you can't find anything else, then put Wolfman on.
Yeah.
That's how I feel about this one. Where I was like, when I walked out, I was like, well, this was disappointing.
I don't know if I would say I was disappointed. I just was slightly underwhelmed.
I think that's what disappointment is.
I guess that's the same thing.
That's what disappointment is.
I think. The way I'm saying it's just nicer.
Okay. All right, our trailers.
All right, trailers of the week. We have several because we didn't have a show last week.
Yep.
By the way, this is episode 21.
This is 21? I thought, okay, wow.
Is it?
I thought it was 20. I could be wrong.
It might be. Who knows? Maybe I'm wrong. But anyways, trailers of the week. A weekend getaway turns bloody and violent when a subservient android built for human companionship goes haywire. This is the trailer for Companion, a sci-fi thriller coming out January 31st. What did you think of the trailer?
I thought it was another good trailer for a pretty wacky movie by the looks of it. Jack Quaid feels like he's taking all the most insane scripts right now between this and Novocaine, where he's just having fun doing the most wild things imaginable. It looks like... like you said it, when we watched this trailer at the very beginning, did it just spoil the whole movie?
Yeah. Right?
Where Sophie Thatcher's character said, the two best things were when I met Jack
him
and I killed him.
Yeah, so it's like, okay, so he dies at the end.
Oh, and there's going to be, I'm assuming she's going to probably go on a killing spree trying to get revenge on other people. But it looked pretty good and looked pretty entertaining still and psychotic.
Yeah. Jack Quaid looks like he plays the ultimate D-bag in this, which, could be pretty good for, a good performance, right?
Yeah.
It looks like he could deliver something. Sophie Thatcher, she looks good in this as well. Mm-hmm. She was just recently in Heretic.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah.
Which I really enjoyed.
Yep.
Heretic was actually in my honorable mentions for my favorite movies last year.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So I'm excited to see what she's going to do.
Mm-hmm.
I thought this trailer looks like bloody fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm on board.
Yeah, I think I agree. I'm going to see it when it comes out on January 31st, right?
Yep.
All right.
I am seeing it as well. We move on to The Heart Eyes Killer has wreaked havoc on Valentine's Day by stalking and murdering romantic couples. This Valentine's Day is no different. No couple is safe. I think I just said that wrong, but
It's all right.
Heart Eyes, a romantic slasher movie, coming out February 7th. What did you think of the new trailer for Heart Eyes?
Isn't this just a perfect movie for right around Valentine's Day?
Yeah.
What more could you ask for? Extremely gory, like psychotic killing at near the very end, where I was like, oh my god, they're stabbing like right through like throats and right through chests and everything between their eyes. I think at a certain point, and I was like, oh no, this is gonna be really gory, but this looks like it has potential to be fairly good at the same time. Where I was like, oh, okay,
yeah,
where are we going here? What do you think?
Yeah, and it's what's funny. I feel like every holiday has its horror movie.
Yes.
Even Valentine's Day.
Yep.
It has My Bloody Valentine already.
Yeah.
There was an original and then a remake.
Okay.
And then now there's another Valentine's Day horror movie.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a horror guy.
Yeah.
I like slashers. I have no idea if this is going to be good.
Yeah.
It doesn't look like it's probably not going to be good. But who cares?
Yeah.
It looks like it's going to be fun.
It's going to be disgusting is what it looks like.
Yeah, it's going to be disgusting fun.
Disgusting, gory.
Yeah. So...
Should be a great time.
For the hell of it, I'm going to see this.
Okay.
But, yeah, I would... Yeah. Are you seeing this?
It's maybe flip a coin. I think I'll just about lean seeing it.
Okay.
But what's he wearing? Like, he's wearing like a scuba mask or some kind of weird mask with those eyes, right? Like a...
I have no idea. And I don't know if I even like his design.
Yeah, that's where I'm like...
It doesn't stand out.
Like, most of the trailer, I was like, didn't feel it. Then the very end where I was like, oh, disgusting kills. Now I'm slightly interested in how this could turn out. So it's got just enough of my interest where I'm like, maybe we'll see this one. 50-50, I think.
Yeah, no, I'm more on the 75% seeing this.
All right.
But on to more bloody fun with our next trailer. So, when twin brothers find a mysterious wind-up monkey, a series of outrageous deaths tear their family apart. 25 years later, the monkey begins a new killing spree, forcing the estranged brothers to confront the cursed toy. The trailer for The Monkey dropped. The second trailer.
Yes.
The new horror comedy by Osgood Perkins coming out February 25th. Are you seeing The Monkey?
This looks like a lighter take compared to what he did with Osgood Perkins, what he did with Long Legs.
Yeah.
That was a creepy, weird horror. This looks more like a fun, just everyone's getting chopped up at any given moment horror.
Yeah.
So I think I'm more inclined to see this one. Looks like you just can't get attached to any character from some of the lines in this one. Mm-hmm. It just looks like a wild time where you're going, oh my god, there's blood everywhere. It's just a gore fest constantly throughout this one.
Yep. We've talked about The Monkey.
Yes.
In previous episodes. Stephen King wrote the short film, or wrote the short story, sorry. James Wan's producing.
Yeah.
Osgood Perkins directing. You can't ask for a better trio in horror to make a movie together.
Yeah.
I'm fully on board. I can't wait for this. This looks fun.
This was in your top 5 of the most anticipated of the year as well, right?
Yes.
I think one of my favorite parts of this trailer was the very end where the pastor, whoever it was at the church, gets up to the podium and goes, holy shit, or something like that.
Yeah.
That's going, no, this is... No one can keep their composure in this movie at all.
Yep.
This one looks like it could be good.
So The Monkey, are you seeing it?
I think I'm going to see it. It looks like it could be it's a comedy horror, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Looks like it could be a fun time.
Yeah, I'm seeing it. All right, now we move on to probably the best movie on this list. A witch travels to the land of... Wait, hold on. I already messed up. A witch travels to the lost lands in search of a magical power that allows a person to transform into a werewolf. In the Lost Lands, an action fantasy story written by George R.R. Martin, coming out March 7th. What do you think of this trailer?
Do you know what the first thing I did was when I finished watching this trailer?
Throw up?
No. I didn't have any food in my stomach for that.
Order a casket?
No. I looked up, I was like, is this a video game adaptation? Because it looks like Someone commented this looks like a bunch of video game cutscenes as a movie. And I'm like,
Yeah.
that's what it looks like.
Yeah.
The cinematography in this movie has me going, what kind of fantasy mythical story am I watching? And this movie's going to make nothing at the box office because
This is going to bomb so hard.
this movie's making under 10 million on a budget of probably 100.
Yeah. It just looks, probably not, no. They probably made it for cheap because it looks cheap.
Yeah.
It looks like they made it for $5 in a garage. Everything is green screened. Everything is special effects. I can't believe Dave Bautista signed up for this.
It's no interesting story. Like, if I didn't know the synopsis, I couldn't even tell you what it would be from this trailer.
Well, the funny thing is that the story is written by George R.R. Martin,
Yeah.
the creator of Game of Thrones. They probably just saw his name attached to this and they're like, oh yeah, sign me up, without like doing any other research.
Yeah, they must have, because this is just awful. I'm going, what's happening here?
Yeah.
I was like,
god awful.
I felt out of like engaged. I wasn't even engaged in the trailer. I was like, wait, what did I just watch? Like,
Yeah.
there's nothing to this movie at all.
Yeah.
Where I was like, is this like a video game zombie survival or something at one point? And then I was just going, no, this is just pure awful, I think.
Yep, I agree.
I'm passing. What about you?
Yep, I'm passing. I'm passing this so hard.
All right.
Gangster Vito Genovese? I have no idea. I didn't do my research.
Yeah.
Goes to war with crime boss Frank Costello in the 1950s. This is the trailer for the Alto Night?
The Alto Knights.
The Alto Nights.
Yeah.
Or the Alto Nights.
Maybe that.
A crime thriller with Robert De Niro. He plays two roles, I guess.
Yeah.
Coming out March 21st. What do you think of the Alto Nights?
Yeah, it's twice the Robert De Niro. When I was like, oh, so he's playing two big mafia bosses. All right, kind of interesting, kind of not, kind of stupid. Like, why did you just not get someone else? Like, and I'm watching, I'm like, all right, kind of okay. And then they said true story, and I'm like, okay, now I'm slightly more interested. Like, anytime they throw a true story, I'm kind of like, all right, now this has more of my interest because now this is something real, something that actually happened. Let's see, like, what kind of story they're trying to tell. And inform audiences of, many decades later or years later.
Yeah.
And I was going, okay, maybe this has potential to be something halfway decent. It's got good producers behind it by the looks of what they were trying to market.
Yeah, The Irishman, Goodfellas.
Goodfellas, yeah.
Yeah.
So it's got potential, it might be something worthwhile. What did you think?
Well, I actually am not too sure about this movie. So usually, or at least in the last 15 years, Robert De Niro's made some good movies, but he's also made like a lot of straight to DVD, straight to streaming movies. And this seems like it could be one of those.
Oh, okay.
But then on the other hand, the trailer, it's a good quality trailer. Like this was made by a studio. You can tell it was made by Warner Brothers.
Yeah.
So I'm like in that camp of like, okay, I don't know if this is going to suck or not. I feel like I need to see more of the marketing. I need to see a second trailer for me to be able to, really make my decision whether or not I'm seeing this movie.
I think that's a fair assessment because you're kind of going, someone literally, I read the comments afterwards and someone's like, so why didn't we just get another actor? Like, were we broke and we just had to pay Robert De Niro for this?
Well, Robert De Niro, they don't get paid two salaries if they play two actors.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. Like, their budget was tight, where they're just like, all right, you gotta do everything for us, Robert.
Yeah, they're like, oh, we lost Al Pacino. You gotta play two parts.
Yeah, you gotta play both the mob bosses in this one. He's like, sign me up.
Yeah, and I'm completely ignorant when it comes to the history, the real history of this. So, like Frank Costello, sorry, I don't know who that is.
Yeah,
But
two legendary mob bosses is what I looked up about Frank Costello and the other one. I forgot his name.
Yeah.
So that's where it has my interest, and I think I like you probably need to see more to give a better assessment on if I want to see it.
Yep. All right, and then we move on to Charles, a strange lottery winner who lives alone on a secluded island, tries to make his fantasies come true by getting his favorite singer to perform at a special private event. This movie is The Ballad of Wallace Island, a comedy coming out March 28th. What did you think of the trailer?
I remember when I first watched it, I was kind of like I got a few laughs on me, but I was kind of like, am I really going to see this? And then I like watched it again. I was kind of like, you know what? It looks halfway decent. You know, fun, probably low budget, simple comedy. It could be a good time. You know, if like you're having a rough day or whatever, and you want to see, let's see something fun, enjoy something instead of, you know, seeing a slasher for the 15th time or whatever, just an action movie. So
Yeah.
I think it has potential, just depending on, because I think we have a few movies coming out on this day, so
Yeah.
might be interesting to see.
Yeah. I watched the trailer right before we started the show.
Mm-hmm.
This was not on my radar,
Yeah.
but it is now.
Okay.
This movie looks like it has heart. Like I was
Yeah.
smiling the whole time watching the trailer.
Okay. Yeah.
Like this movie looks like it looks funny.
Yeah.
Like it looks like it has real heart.
Mm-hmm.
Carrie Mulligan, she's great in literally everything. I'm unfamiliar with the other two guys.
Mm-hmm. I'm not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm unfamiliar with them, but this movie looks like it's going to be a good time. Looks like a tearjerker, pulling
Yeah.
on the heartstrings.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I'm fully on board.
It kind of also looks like it touches on like loneliness and companionship for that one guy who's just like
Yeah.
kind of out there on an island with almost no one. He's just trying to make friends and being a little intrusive at times. So it's
Yeah.
kind of funny. So
Yeah.
it looks like it could be a good time.
Yeah. If you haven't watched the trailer, guys, watch the trailer.
Yeah.
The Ballad of Wallace Island.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
Could be good. Yeah.
All right. We have a couple more to get through. Ramona becomes crippled by grief after her husband dies in a car accident, leaving her to care for her two children alone in a rural farmhouse. Her sadness soon Her sadness soon turns to fear when a woman in black appears on her front lawn, warning her, "Today is the day." This trailer is The Woman in the Yard, a new horror film coming out March 28th. Devin, what do you think of this trailer?
At first, I was watching the first maybe 30 seconds. I was like, kind of okay. Doesn't seem like too much is happening. And then as soon as she said, "Today's the day," all hell broke loose. Chaos ensued. And I was like, oh, this looks like it could be pretty good. I was going, oh my God, what is happening next? This looks psychotic and like a pretty good horror movie once everything starts running and just starts running. I don't know how else to say it.
So, I saw this trailer before we saw Wolfman.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm in a packed theater,
Yeah.
right? And if the trailer starts, it looks like it's going to be creepy, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then, like you said, like she says, "Today's the day," blah, 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 blah. There's a shot where you see her shadow, like, on the wall.
Yeah.
That looks terrifying. Like, she's, like, transforming into something.
Mm-hmm.
But when the trailer ended, and she says, again, "Today's the day," everyone just laughed in the theater.
Really?
It came off as so corny. Yeah. Anyways, it just looks so corny. Like, I don't know. Or it felt corny in the theater watching it.
Was the trailer in the theater a little different from the one you
No,
saw online?
exactly online.
Because sometimes they add extra footage in the theater, but was it that same?
Yeah, it's the same one.
Oh, okay.
So maybe because my experience was in the theater,
Yeah.
and it just came off as corny in the theater with people laughing.
Mhm.
That's just how I associate this now.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So didn't seem that interesting to you?
No,
Wow.
I think I'm skipping it.
Wow. No, I'm seeing this one. This looked pretty good to me. I remember the first time I saw it, I went, "Today's the day," and I went, "Oh God!" I backed up. I was like, "Okay, this looks pretty good."
Yeah.
This is like, all right, I'm not seeing this one.
All right, cool. Well, you'll tell
Yeah.
me all about it.
All right, it sounds like it.
All right, here we go. You ready for this one?
Yes.
I don't even know how to pronounce his name, but we're gonna do our best. Levon Cade, left behind a decorated military life in the Black Ops to live a simple life of working construction. However, when human traffickers kidnap the boss's daughter, his search to bring her home uncovers a world of corruption far greater than he could ever have imagined. This is A Working Man, an action thriller starring no one, the great, no, I'm just kidding, Jason Statham. It's starring Jason Statham. Can I talk on this real quick?
Yeah. Go ahead.
It's just another Jason Statham movie.
Every damn movie he does.
Yeah. It's just another one of those movies.
Yes.
And you know what that means.
Yes.
And you know what that means.
Yes.
It's just a Jason Statham movie.
Mm-hmm.
He's gonna kick ass. And that's really it.
He's gonna 1v500 everyone, just like he did in The Beekeeper last year. I swear he does exactly one of these a year.
Yeah, he does.
I don't know. He's getting beat out by Liam Neeson on these movies. Liam Neeson pumps out one of these movies every 4 months.
Yeah, he does.
And he's like 20 years older, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, this one was written by Stallone.
Yeah.
So that doesn't change anything. It's the same damn movie.
He wrote Rocky.
He's
an Oscar-nominated winning, or Oscar. I don't know if he was nominated for writing the movie, but it won Best Picture.
Oh, so he's another Academy Award.
So an Academy Award winner wrote this movie.
Yeah, it looks
Have
like
some respect.
It looks like an Academy Award winning movie right here.
Oh yeah.
For nothing, for absolutely nothing.
Yeah. And I know I'm like hating on it,
Mm-hmm.
but these movies just aren't for me. I'm not like I like action movies.
Yeah.
But you have to bring me something that's new. You have to give me something fresh, not just the same old. Oh, I've got to protect the girl. Like this is how many times are we seeing this?
Like I'm a bigger action fan, I think, than you.
Yeah.
And when it's just like you said, recycled over and over again, and it's literally exactly the same as The Beekeeper. Did you see The Beekeeper?
No.
I'm gonna mildly spoil it for you because my friend told me it was good in the sports scene.
Okay.
I saw it with him. He said, like it's that same concept. He's retired. He's now just a beekeeper. Was former part of this special, government agency where he had all these skill sets, and now because some old lady was in trouble or got killed, got to go do a whole vengeance spree on all the people who wronged her or wronged the lady.
Yeah.
And it's just like, come on, just try something different. Try a drama. Try a comedy, Jason Statham. Instead of the same action movie where you're just killing everyone, kicking ass.
I
mean, it must be fun, but
Yeah.
if it delivers a paycheck, I guess why not? Why would you not do it?
Yeah, he's getting paid to do what he probably loves, so
Yeah,
whatever.
Hey, more power to him, really.
Yeah. Let's see if he can do 100 more of these movies.
Probably will.
All right, our last trailer we're going to talk about. A group spends the weekend in a ski lodge on the anniversary of their friend's disappearance, unaware that they are not alone. This is Until Dawn, the new horror movie adaptation of the PlayStation game, coming out April 25th. What did you think of Until Dawn, the trailer?
So I think this is our 9th trailer of the show today, and I think this is probably one of the top 3 trailers that I saw for this show. I was pretty impressed. I saw this trailer, I think, in the theater recently for the first time. I thought it was pretty good.
Yeah.
I like I've seen this concept before in like Edge of Tomorrow and other movies. I feel like I haven't seen it as much in horror movies. I could be wrong.
Like where the day repeats.
Yeah, the day repeats, and they're trying to, figure out how to outsmart the villain and live.
Yeah.
And just a lot of great horror aspects and jump scares worked really well, I thought, in this trailer for me. It had me fully engaged, and I was like, I'm there for this one as soon as it comes out on April 25th. And directed by David Sandberg, and this is what he's known for, horror, right?
Yeah, so he did Lights Out.
Mm-hmm.
He did Annabelle Creation.
Yeah.
Which are 2 really good horror movies.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, this guy, he's a great director. This movie looks like you would want to see it opening weekend with a bunch of people.
Yes.
Because it looks like it's for the audience.
Mm-hmm. 100%.
You're gonna get more out of it if you see it with an audience.
Yeah.
I like movies that like it brings the audience in on the movie or into the story.
Like you feel like one of the characters?
Well, not like we're the characters, but we're trying to figure out the mystery too.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean? So I like movies like that. Like It Follows, like there's scenes where it's like, oh, like you're looking out for the main character by trying to spot the person in the background.
Yeah. So
this looks like we could be looking for clues around the movie, or you know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
Or we're trying to figure out what they're trying to figure out, and so it looks like it could be a fun time.
Yeah.
This looks like again another bloody fun, horror movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look pretty good. I'm gonna see it. What about you? For sure, you?
Yeah, I'm gonna see it.
Okay. Awesome.
Yeah. There's parts where like that last part where like that worm was in her cheek, like that was nasty.
Yeah, that was gross. I think I remember seeing that in the theater and going, oh no, this looks disgusting.
Yeah. All right. So that wraps up our trailers of the week, and we're going to move on to opening this week.
Yep.
We have a couple movies opening this week, or at least ones that we're going to talk about.
Mm-hmm.
Flight Risk and Presence.
Yes.
What movie are you seeing? Or are you seeing both?
The one I am more excited about seeing, because I know less of it, is Presence. I think, technically speaking, there's been 4 trailers for this movie, but 1 real trailer. There's been like 3, like these 30-second teaser trailers, where they told you literally nothing.
Yeah.
And then 1 actual tangible trailer, where there was a little bit to it, where you went, all right, there's enough here where it's kind of interesting, and not a whole else opening this weekend, where I'm like, all right, this is worth my time to go see. So I think I'd want to see this one first. Lucy Liu, Julia Fox, Chris Sullivan.
I didn't know Julia Fox was in this. She's not in any of the trailers, is she?
I don't think she was in that 1 actual trailer. As far as I remember, I don't remember seeing her in it.
Okay.
But I'm pretty sure her name was listed in the
because she's in the new marketing of it.
Oh,
like
she is.
Like on the Instagram posts.
Okay.
Like I think she's like the real estate agent that like sold them the house probably. I don't know for sure, but yeah, I saw that. I'm like, oh, interesting. I didn't know she was in this.
Yeah, so it's directed by Steven Soderbergh. So got promise to it. So this is the one I'm more excited about. And then maybe if I want to die on the inside, I'll watch Flight Risk.
You know, the last trailer, it kind of brought me on board a little bit.
Really?
Yeah, like I was hating on this movie on the first trailer, and I saw the second one. I'm like, you know what? Maybe I should see it. Maybe it doesn't look as bad.
All right. You can let me know about it, because I'm still on the edge about it. So what do you think about the 2? So Flight Risk for you?
I think both of them for me.
All right.
But Presence is the top priority.
Gotcha. Yeah. Same for me as well, I think.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, that does it for this installment of the Real Cinema Show. We're going to be posting our Out at the Theater reactions, so check those out, and we will see you in the next one.
Goodbye.
Bye.